Anxiety is not just a passing worry. It's a silent prison that secretly chains your thoughts. And the shocking truth is that many people who claim to walk in faith still battle it every single day. But God has already given you weapons to tear those chains apart if you dare to hold on to His word with everything in you. Because when your mind is racing and your heart feels heavy, His promises are not suggestions. They are living power, sharper than any sword, able to cut through the lies the enemy whispers. And the first weapon you must grasp is Philippians 4 verses 6 to 7. Because it doesn't simply say, don't be anxious. It commands you to bring everything before God in prayer with thanksgiving, because gratitude disarms fear and ushers you into a peace that human logic cannot explain. The kind of peace that guards your mind like a fortress against torment. But you must actually practice this, because if you secretly complain more than you pray, you feed anxiety instead of destroying it. The second weapon is Isaiah 41 verse 10, a verse that reveals the hidden reason fear keeps its grip. It thrives when you believe you're alone, yet God says, do not fear, for I am with you. He declares Himself your strength and your help. And if you still tremble, it's because you've been trusting your own ability instead of His unshakable presence. And every time anxiety surges, that's a warning that you're leaning on yourself, not Him. The third verse is Matthew 11 verses 28 to 30, where Jesus Himself says, come to me all who are weary. But here is the shocking twist. Many people quote this without realizing it's conditional, because rest only comes when you take His yoke, which means surrendering control. And if you secretly cling to your own plans while begging for peace, you will stay restless, because the hidden key to freedom is obedience, not just asking. Fourth verse is 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, which is more than comfort. It is identity, because anxiety often convinces you that you are powerless. Yet God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Which means every anxious thought that dominates you is not from Him but from the enemy. And if you accept it, you give legal ground for torment. But if you confront it with this truth, declaring out loud what God has already given, you shut the door to that oppression. And the fifth is Romans 8 verse 28, a verse people toss around casually but few believe deeply, because if you truly grasp that all things, even the setbacks, betrayals, and delays, are working for your good because you love Him and are called according to His purpose, then anxiety would have no oxygen to breathe. For how can worry thrive when you know every twist of your story is secretly being woven into victory? And this is the shocking revelation the enemy doesn't want you to see, that anxiety is not only a battle of emotions but a battle of belief, and the deeper you anchor yourself in God's word, the less power fear has to hold you. So the challenge before you is this: will you keep rehearsing anxious thoughts that drain your spirit? Or will you dare to replace them with the living word that cannot fail? Because the moment you choose His promises over your panic, you are no longer a victim of fear but a warrior who walks in unshakable peace. And that decision is not tomorrow's, it is right now.